Good morning, my fellow Canadians. Man, oh man, are we heading down the path to anarchy? I mean, is Canada being turned on its ear? I went on before in a previous post. The tone of any business, any institution is set from the top down. If you see a business where the workers are unhappy, look to management. Don't look at the workers. There's always going to be someone, a counterproductive employee, divisive influence, someone who's hard to get along with or irritating personality. But if the general tone of a hospital, business, company is poor, if the morale is poor, look at the top. That is where the problem always lies. And I've seen this over the years. I've worked in so many different places, and I've seen that, and I've seen it happen. I've seen a good place turned on its. I've seen morale plummet when bad management comes in. So I look at Canada today. Canada Day, they toppled in Winnipeg in front of the legislature in broad daylight. An organized group of garbage showed up, same uniforms with ropes. This was not a spontaneous thing. This was well planned. Tore down a statue of Queen Victoria with the cops watching in broad daylight. Tore down a statue of Queen Elizabeth, pulled them down in broad daylight with the cops watching, and the cops did nothing. Apparently, there was a counter protester, someone who protested and was arrested and tasered. I haven't got the whole story on that, but I'm not surprised if that would indeed be the case. If you remember when you had those protesters blocking the railway tracks, potentially causing derailment, destruction, death, hurting the economy, and the cops did nothing at the direction of their political masters. Where is the rule of law? And again, there was one incident where a guy showed up on his own with his pickup truck and started dismantling one of those railway barricades and got a stern and reproving finger from the police for doing so, for possibly escalating the situation. I'd like to address this. This is the authorities' justification for not taking firm, decisive, and aggressive action. We don't want to escalate the situation. Guess what, asshole? By allowing this kind of illegal, anarchistic behavior to go unchecked and unpunished, you are escalating the situation. Get it? You allow them, you enable them. Where's the consequence? Where's the deterrence? None? Oh, why don't we burn down a church? Why don't we tear down something else we don't like? Until you act decisively and firmly, act like a leader. If you want to be a leader, act like a leader. There are people, and I've seen this before, people who love the authority, they love the position, they love the money and the perks, but they don't want to do the job. And I've seen this happen in more than one situation over the years. Leadership. I guess I'm old school Canadian. To me, a leader leads. And I mentioned in a previous post, the motto of the military police was discipline by example. Well, if you wish to be a leader, lead by example. If you want all the perks that come with that position of leadership, you got to take the good with the bad. There's an upside, there's a downside. This is not my Canada. This is an insult to Canada Day. Winnipeg, Manitoba, the province my parents grew up in. Thank God they're not alive to see this, because I know both my parents would be absolutely horrified at the Manitoba legislature, at the actions of the police, or perhaps more accurately, the inactions of the police. And this just goes unchecked. This was one of the things that was brought out, and I've seen other people bring this up as the road to anarchy, the road to totalitarianism, to deconstruct a society, start breaking down societal norms, societal rules. The leadership lets this go unchecked, and then, so they're the cause. the cause of this. And then they will hold themselves forward as the saviors. There are problems in this country, and we are the party that will step up and make this all better. That's as sure as there is a God in heaven. Wait till the next election that's coming, as we all know. And you're going to see Trudeau holding himself forward as the savior of Canada. When he's the guy who fractured us along racial lines, along ethnic lines, in his party. And he's going to hold himself forward as the savior. It's like Stephen Del Duca here in Ontario, holding the Liberal Party as the saviors of this province, that they got to get rid of Ford because they're going to put things right. And they're hoping that the electorate is stupid enough to forget the gross mismanagement, the fiscal stupidity, the absolutely legislative lunacy of the Liberal government in this province. And they're really hoping that they're going to short memories on the electorate, that we're going to forget all about this, what they did. I won't. And I hope no Ontarian does. And come the next election, I hope no Canadian forgets the lunacy and the idiocy of the Liberal legislature federally. Now you see the climate Barbie there. She's leaving politics. Good riddance to bad rubbish. The infrastructure budget, there is literally billions of dollars unaccounted for. Where's the consequences? Where's the investigation? Where's the accountability? Not a sign of it. Hey, just your money, what the hell, right? More where that came from. Just print some more, borrow some more, drive us deeper into debt. Currently, I read every Canadian is on the hook right now. Every Canadian citizen is on the hook right now. The debt per person is around $57,000 per man, woman, and child in Canada. That's thanks to the Liberal budget, or lack thereof, perhaps more accurately. Do you remember Trudeau's election promises? We're just going to run teeny little modest $10 billion deficits for the first 4 years, and then the budget will balance itself. And Harper poo-pooed that, and of course the press and the media and the loony left poo-pooed Harper for holding Trudeau's feet to the fire and mocking this lie that Trudeau put forward. This is not my Canada. This is not my Canada at all. And yet I see, on a heartening note, I see the groundswell of common sense Canadians, thoughtful Canadians who are saying, this is wrong. Their voices are being stifled. Our voices are being stifled. To take a conservative viewpoint, there's no such thing as middle of the road anymore. You can't be a conservative. You're now a right-wing radical. If you don't agree with the loony left and get on board with their agenda, you are labeled a right-wing radical. I went on in the previous post about how words don't mean what they used to. People who call themselves woke, they stole the term because it sounds good and it emboldens them, ennobles them, when they are far from woke. They are stupid, brainwashed, reactive morons. Dan Bongino, I love his show where he refers to the educated, the stupid smart people, he calls them. I call them the educated idiots. But he calls them the stupid smart people, and they are the biggest threat to this country. This lack of grounding in common sense values, real real world consequences and actions. And yet they've seized power. And they're driving us right down the toilet. So we have an election coming. And I hope to God Canadians wake up and say, this can't go on. I said it time and time again. I'll keep shouting it from the rooftops. If the Liberals get in again, Canada will cease to exist. Everything I know and love about this country, everything I remember about this country is going to be gone. And it's not an exaggeration. And it will explode into violence. And this will be the fault of the Liberal government. They are the most polarizing, divisive influence in the entire history of this country. Is it by design or just stupidity? Do we assign them malicious intent, or is it just willful idiocy? I don't know. I'm not that tied to the corridors of power where I can state definitively one or the other. But what I see is a sweeping tide of educated lunacy and arrogance on the part of these people who have no freaking clue, and yet hold themselves forth as the pundits and the saviors of a nation. People, people, people. I keep saying this over and over again, and I will until the day I die. Get active. Wake up. Get active. Canada is being destroyed right underneath your nose, and apathy is no longer an option. Burying your head in the sand is no longer an option. If you truly love this country, as much as I do, and as much as so many of my fellow Canadians do, you've got to act. You have to act. And I know it's difficult. And I understand, like, I have close friends who are laissez-faire. Oh, well, what the hell can I do? What the hell am I going to do? You know, one voice. I'm one voice. I don't know who I'm reaching, but I'm one voice. But one voice reaches another person. One person, I told this person, who told these people, who told those people. And there's the ripple effect, right? The stone thrown into the pond, the ripples go out. Tell people, get active. We can save this country. We can turn it around. We are not lost by any means. But it's up to the people of Canada to save their nation. You can't turn to your government, and don't turn to your leaders. They're not doing it. Turn to your fellow Canadians. Get them involved. Get active. Let Canada Day stay Canada Day, or call it Dominion Day if you wish. It's a sad day, I think, to see this crap going on. But the media is out there and the information's out there. And I urge every Canadian who loves this country to get out there and look objectively at what is happening in this nation. Open your eyes and look not only parochially, don't look around even in your own area. Look at that definitely, but look at this country as a whole, this nation, this wonderful country of ours. And if you wish to keep it there and to hold up your head, once again, to travel internationally, hold up your head with pride and say, I'm a Canadian, and have it respected, which it no longer is under the Liberals. Get active. Get out there. Do something. Dan Bongino, I said it before, you're the person you've been waiting for. People say, we need a leader. Be your own leader. Someone should do something. I hate that. Someone should do something. I'm doing something. You do something. And on that sort of unhappy and pessimistic note, good morning, my fellow Canadians. Let's save this country, please.